That should be crazy. I don't really know where to start this, to be honest. So I'm just gonna talk. I kind of wanted to like I just wanted to talk about my day. Uh, I've been I've been thinking about what what I should keep doing my stuff about. Cause right now for Lent, I gave up games. So right now I haven't been playing video games just to see where, like, just to challenge myself, just to like see how it feels and how would I react. I'd say I've been doing pretty good. I'd say majority of my time goes to just working or working out, and I try to read more, try to educate myself more, and just anything I can really. I have my guitar. I honestly need to play that more. I have an electric guitar, but I think what started my thoughts on this, on like doing this, was on I was on Spotify and I didn't want to listen to music at the time. So I was like, okay, what do I listen to? And then this podcast called like The Cirky Show uh popped up. So I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, bet. And I was listening to it and he was like he was talking about how he was wondering what he would make his stuff about. Like what would he decide on doing his, talk about, or such and such, etc., etc. And I feel like one thing I always ask, or at least for me, I always like to ask, how was somebody's day? So I want to ask how your guys' day was, and I'm gonna tell you about mine. And right now, I'm not even playing a game or anything. I'm just recording. I'm just talking, and I'm hoping that it goes good. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about since this is new, I want to talk about yesterday. So as my friends know, the ones closest to me, they know I've been doing sales. I've been doing sales for since last year in like August, somewhere around there. So, doing sales is it's cool. Can't really say anything too. Like I can't say nothing bad, but sometimes the worst part about it is the hours. The reason why I say that is because you work more than you have free time. And don't get me wrong, you have free time, and put those in quotes, put free time in quotes in there, because yeah, they say you have free time, or and sometimes you are on your phone and you are on this or on that. But at the same time, those same people that tell you you have free time always want you to be on your on emailing or calling. So it's like, or at least for the place I'm at, it's kind of like a hypocritical standpoint, or like a standpoint of like saying this but wanting this, and now it doesn't make it's not a straightforward answer, you know and and a lot of things aren't straightforward, and that's okay, but it's sucky, life is life. But and uh right now, as I'm recording, it's 4:51 p.m. March 23. Oh, either my computer's wrong or my phone, but my phone says it's 4:47. My computer says it's 4:51. It is March 23, 2025 right now, though. I will say that, as a recording. And this is in Central Time, or in America, in like America, but I digress. But let's keep going. So As I've been working sales, I'd say that the money is decent, but that's coming from somebody that doesn't know the full value of money yet. I know I want a lot of money. Reason being, I have a lot of wants. This Alexis LFA isn't gonna buy itself. You know what I mean? But when I look into even for yesterday, I had so with me being almost there for I've been there for almost a year, and this month has been my worst month in car sales. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna pretend like I'm this great guy in sales. Doing the best. And don't get me wrong. I've been salesman of the month, or top gross. Made the most out of everybody for a month, and that's cool. You know, but I've only sold 5.5 cars this month. And so in 23 days, I only sold 5.5 cars. But if I look at my proposals, which if you don't know what's a proposal, that's the numbers. That's like, say you're like at a car dealership, and you want to see the numbers. You want to see how much is a car gonna be. I've had 17 proposals. So if I've had 17 proposals, 17 people looking at numbers and only getting 5.5, it's kind of shit. I'm not gonna lie. But my visits are pretty decent. My visits, I have, let me see, for this month, let's see, this month, I have 26 visits. 26 visits and 17 proposals. 5.5 delivered, which means like done. Like they took the car. And it's like, oof, oof. Um, that sucks. Because it's like I do all these I do, don't get me wrong, I say I don't do the best or the worst. I always see myself as being able to do more, you know? I will admit that I would be somebody that admits, my faults. But when I do, I can't, some things I just can't control. I'm not gonna lie. Like, some people just have low credit, all this goofy guy, you know. But it sucks. Yesterday, yesterday I woke up, I showered, I went to work, and I listened to the podcast. And I was listening about overthinking. The reason being is because I feel like me, I overthink everything. I really do. I'm gonna be just 100%. I overthink even when I want to talk to somebody. I overthink, and sometimes I feel like I'm not attached to the conversation because I'm always thinking about what's the next thing to say, or I'm in my head. I'm gonna be 100% in saying that. Not all the time, but in a lot of the time I do that. I'm not gonna lie, and that's one thing I'd say that I want to get better at. I really do. And I went to work. We had a meeting, and we were talking about how, you know oh, we have this many appointments. Oh, let's make things happen. You know how they want to bring you up. They want to bring you, and that's good. That's good. But I'd say that when it comes to, or maybe it's just my point of view, my standpoint, my look, my perspective in things, and maybe maybe one of you guys could correct me if I'm wrong or what you guys think. But the way I see things is like, yes, yes, it's good to do that. Don't even get me wrong. Always good to, leadership, teamwork. I'm all about that. Even for my friends, I always tell them, I see us as, yes, we might not have a war here in America, but the war we have is in ourselves. The insecurities we have, the problems we have, the things we try to fix in ourselves that we want to better. And so even with my friends, I see us as brothers, or like, as a team, as like a squad, you know what I'm saying? Some Battlefield shit, some Call of Duty shit, you know? And but when it comes to where like my specific work, and maybe it's different for others, but I'll give an example. So with we have this thing, right, where if a person buys a new car, there's this thing called a delivery checklist, which means that you have to check off all these things for a customer and have them download this app for their car. And so this app lets them see where their car is, and etc, you know. And mine doesn't work. Mine the website doesn't work for me. I've said it says request denied, this, and it shows the link doesn't work. You don't have access to this link in this server. And so I mentioned it in our group, in our group meeting. And I'm 20 years old. I'd say I'm decently tech savvy. I'm not the best, but I wouldn't say I'm not the worst. I could definitely know how to use a computer. I could type in, Google, download Google Chrome. I mean, I've worked with Python. I've worked, HTML. I'm not, mind my language, but I'm not dumb. I'm not a dumbass. So, and I asked one of my supervisors. I'm like, oh, it's saying that I don't have access to this link in the server, and it's been like that for quite a while. And so with my workplace, it's like they tell you, if they say, oh, we're here for you guys, we're here to help, we're here to, make things better, we're here to take deals, we're here to this, we're here to that. But that's where I find it not a straight shot, because sometimes, like for me, after I said that, I raised my hand and I said that the managers were there, our general manager was there, and then the one of my coworkers, one of my supervisors answered with, "Oh, just use Firefox. Maybe it's just the the Google Chrome, or things like that. Those are things you should be able to fix." And I'm just like, okay, okay. But remind you, I'm 20 years old. I didn't grow up with a phone in my hand until I was like maybe 4 or 5. I grew up with cartoons. I grew up watching Robot Chicken, Adult Swim, Boomerang, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Very very good things. But for somebody to, and I think the very first phone that even wasn't even mine was an iPhone 4. It was my cousin's, and he let me have it. And that's when I got introduced to Kid Cudi and Paper Planes by MIA. Shout out to them. Love them, love their songs. But that's how I got introduced to them, and so that's where I say, like, it's like, oh, you say that you're gonna help. How how what can I do right now? That's not really helping my situation. It's not really directing me into a better area of expertise, or to educate myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 20 years old. You don't think I don't know how to use a fucking website, or like, And so that's that link. I've been trying to get onto that link using Firefox or Internet Explorer, seeing if it's gonna change. It's not gonna change. It's still the same. It's the server. It doesn't let me access it in the server. You know what I mean? Like, or So it's like, and I've when I also, even from others that work there, some of my coworkers that I could see as friends, I've even mentioned it to them sometimes too, and they say the same thing. They're like, oh, Yeah, it's like the environment is where like they say you could you could ask them for help, but it's like when you ask them for help, they don't help. They try to redirect you, or just like they think it's like they don't take fault, or they don't try to better it. You know, they don't try to better the condition. It's like a cycle. It's like this cycle where it's like a problem, you ask, or if they ask if there's anything, you ask it, there it's redirected back to you, and then you ask it, and then you ask for it, and then when they say it for the help, they redirect it back to you. Does that make sense? Where it's just a cycle. It's basically a cycle. And that's where that's at with that. And then um after that we got out of the meeting, and we sometimes even in our meetings we have like goals, which of course we should have goals. You know, everyone should have some goals, and some of the goals we make are attainable, but we never attain them. We never attain our goals. I'm not gonna lie to you. We don't. Sometimes we get close. Sometimes we don't even get close. For like we have like spiffs where like if we get to this amount and we have big deals, you can get like $1,000, $150, $500. So those some of those you have to. It's like say we sold 25 cars and we have to sell 50. They're gonna add those things just so then we could feel like the want to hit the 50. But for me personally, I can feel like we're not really gonna, it's attainable, but it's I know it's not gonna be attained. That's me just being realistic with the dealership, with how it is. And that's not me trying to be an asshole. That's just me knowing, like, I've been here. I feel like I've been there enough to like kind of know. You know what I mean? And that's really not me trying to be an asshole. Like, and I've been trying, like, even when you call people, even when you text, email, you just get rings, you get sent to voicemail. The same cycle. It's the same cycle. It's the same old cycle. You you get in, you call, you text, you voicemail, you even send a fucking godforsaken video, which nobody I'm sure wants to make a video over or for somebody over a car. Unless it's your friend, you're showing him you just got a BMW M5 or a Mercedes like C43 or C63 or ETC, But I digress. But it's like we do these things to, even somebody I knew, his name was I'm not gonna name his name out, but his name, let's call him Matt. No, 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 not Matt. Let's call him Matthew. Matthew even said you have to be a professional beggar. You have to beg these people. And personally, I can't do that shit. I'm not a beggar. I'm sorry. But I will say, like, so like it's like, so let's go back. Like after that, right? With my day, we tried selling, right? Just voicemail, 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 call, boom, 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 boom. And they want us to hit a mark on phone calls, but they don't really implement it. They try to implement it, but they don't really implement it. Does that make sense? Like there's a certain amount of phone calls they want you to do, and if you don't make them, they won't send you leads. Which a lead is, say a person is looking into this car, you get this lead with the name, phone number, email. Sometimes it doesn't even have their phone number. It's a fucking email. What am I gonna do with their email? Sometimes, yeah, you might be lucky enough for them to answer that email, but let's really be honest. The majority of the people, from my perspective, where I am in my workplace, they all just open the emails. A lot of them don't really say anything. Sometimes, like, don't get me wrong. Sometimes they will, but a lot of the time they just open it. They don't say shit, and it annoys me that I can see when they open it. It annoys me. So anyone that ever gets a email from a dealership, they know when you open it, just to let you know. And if you ever open it and you don't say anything, fuck you. Respectfully. Just say you don't want the car. Can you just tell me you don't want the car anymore? That would make me, fuck you respectfully, but thank you. And and then but yeah, that's kind of how my work was. And yesterday I worked with some people. Yesterday was Saturday. Saturday is the busiest day for a dealership, and it was pretty decently busy. I looked around, and some people were making sales. Some people were. Some people weren't. And I of course wasn't one with making a sale. I had an appointment, and they did come. I don't even know if they sold or not. Honestly, cause I was working with people, and so while I was working with people, I didn't know fuck if they sold or not, because I just went home, and they were still working with the person. I went home. But when I was working with people, they were looking for a specific car, and so I introduced myself. Said, hey, my name is, hey, oh, my name is and I made a joke. I was like, oh, that's my mom's name. And then the other one was like this name. I was like, oh, nice to meet you. This name, you know? No, it was all well. And then I showed them the car. They liked the drive, but they didn't like the seats. They didn't like the exterior, interior. I looked at the whole website we have, or just like our system. We call it the system. A system is just like where you add the people, where you check them in, where you put all their information, where you could see all the cars, how much the car is worth, blah 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 blah, all this other shit. And so what happened was that I looked in our system for all the cars specific to this one that they're looking for, the model. None of them matched what she wanted. And it's like, I hate, I personally, like, because she wanted a car that's like straight, like white, or like a light color and a light interior. And we had a light color with dark interiors. So it's like, okay, like you gotta compromise, or like, can you help? Like, can you compromise somewhere? No, no, she can't fucking compromise somewhere. Like, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Like, I'm over here just trying to, I'm trying to make a sale. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I'm just trying to make a sale. And she doesn't like the car. And I look at my supervisor. I'm like, hey, I need you to, talk to her. Because what happens is that for our dealership, as I've heard for other dealerships too, you have a person that, for your supervisor, you have them talk to the customer if they don't like it or if they like it. So then they could show the numbers and blah, blah, blah. And so she didn't like the fucking car. I tried finding her another car, and he didn't even want to help me. I had to look at him. I kind of nodded my head towards them, like, hey, go talk to them. And he was like, hey, you go talk to them. I don't gotta do like he. So I'm in like this area now where I'm trying to make sales, but nothing is going right for me, right? And a lot of these things I can't control. People don't answer their fucking emails or nothing because they don't want no fucking car. And then the people I got are fucking, they have no compromise. They're just want. And sadly enough for me, I was the fucking person to be in this situation. And so I asked my friend, I was like, hey, I tried finding a car for them that they want, and we don't have one. What should I do? He told me, talk to the other supervisor if he's not going to help you. And so I talked to the other supervisor. And then my other supervisor, because we have all these fucking supervisors, so many supervisors. And so I talked to this other supervisor, and he helped me. But it wasn't the same model car, but it was a different car. And so I showed them that. And then the person that she was with actually liked the car. So I was like, okay, we might have like a 2-car deal. That's what's up. And I tried selling the guy a car, and he liked how the car felt. He liked everything about it. And this car was a car that was uh it was the top trim, like the very top trim of the SUV. And yes, we were looking at SUVs. And so he was like, "Oh, I want to see how much y'all can give me for my car and see what we could do." And so I was like, "Oh, okay. Where's your car? What car do you have?" And then he was like, "Oh, it's this one." And it was like some Ford Escape, some bullshit. Some Ford. I'm not very big on Ford, so I'm not gonna lie to you. Mustangs are cool, like the older Mustangs, not the old fives, like the tens one. I like those. So those are pretty decent. But I digress. And so I was I looked at the car. It wasn't in bad shape. It really wasn't. It just had, a couple dings, couple white spots, just from rock chips and stuff. Nothing too crazy. It was pretty clean. It was pretty clean. So at the end, we get back inside, and we went from trying to sell her a car to selling him a car. And so what happened was that I did all the paperwork, and then I asked him a couple questions. How long have you had this car? Blah 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 blah. I gave it to my supervisor. I told him, I have the keys here. I'm gonna and then my supervisor got like, "Oh, where's the this? Where's the that? Where's the this? Where's the that?" And I told him, "I'm gonna get that for you. I'm gonna get that for you. I'm gonna get that for you." And it's like, if I just told you, and I told him I didn't have the stuff. And this nigga just asked me, "Where's this?" I just told you, my nigga, I don't have the stuff yet. I don't have the paperwork for you. But you can go fucking drive the car and see what you think, right? And so that's what happened. So after all that, I give my supervisors all the paperwork, and they give us all the numbers, and they give me like how much the car is worth for Kelly Blue Book, all this other bullshit. And so my supervisor, the one that's supposed to show the numbers, was like, "Oh, I want you to show the numbers, show the numbers." I was like, "All right, fuck it then," because at this point, like in the time I've been at this dealership, I've been through. Let's see, let me count through my hand. Right, I've been through one supervisor, two supervisors, three supervisors, three supervisors, one, two, three. I'd say four supervisors. I've been through four. I know I'm missing one. Yep, there we go, four. I've been through four that I could count off the top of my head. Four. And it's like, bro, I've been there for less than like almost a year. And I've been through four supervisors. Doesn't that say something? Doesn't that say something to you? It says something to me. That says something to me. And so with me going through four supervisors, and that's not even me counting the employees. If I count the employees, that's another employee, that another employee, another employee, another employee. That's 8 people I can think of out the top of my head that stopped working there in the amount of time I've been there. No, 9. I could count 9 right now in my head. I want to try to make it to 10. Can I make it to 10? Let's see if I can make it to 10. I can make it to 10. I can make it to 10. There's been 10 people I knew that used to work there that's not there no more. In that small amount of time. Can you guys believe that? That shit's crazy. To me, that's fucking crazy. But look, let's keep going. So I show them. So I give him all this bullshit. He gives us the numbers, and my supervisor told me, "I want you to go do it." So I was like, "All right, fuck it then. I'm just gonna go do it. I don't care," because I'm like at that point where it's like, I know it's either like swim or drown. Because if it's nobody's gonna help me, nobody's looking out for me right now. Nobody's helping me, right? Because we're a team, right? We're a fucking team. So nobody's helping me. So I'm like, okay. If nobody's gonna help me, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. And so I did. I went to talk to him. Told him these are the numbers from my supervisor. And I told him, I don't ever do this. I don't ever do this. So give me mercy. Give me a chance. Like really give me a chance. It's like, okay, I understand. I'm not gonna go too hard on you. Like, okay, thank you. So I show him the numbers. And so if let me see if I could get the numbers out right now for us guys. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what they're looking like right now. I'm gonna look right now. I'm gonna look right now. So the car, the car was worth like we were selling it for 29 and change, and it went all the way to 36, right? And so I tried selling this car. I tried selling the car as much as I can. I told him, okay, I understand that that you want this bottom price down. What can I do to earn your business? Like, do you care about the service contract? And he says no. So I told him, why do you not care about a service contract? Do you don't care about warranties on your car? He told me he doesn't really feel like the amount of time he's had a car versus the amount of time he's had the warranties, it just goes out. And so he doesn't care about the warranties. So I told him, I was like, okay, all right, I get it. But the warranty we have here is actually pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's this much for or this much. And he's like, I don't need you to upsell me or anything. I won't. If you're gonna keep doing this, you know what, just give me my keys. So we're like, all right, all right. So me personally, I don't know about you guys, but I like warranties. You think I want to pay $5,000 for a fucking transmission before labor? You gotta suck my pee for those prices. You have to suck my pee for that price. Because I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I don't care. I don't want to do that. I'm not gonna even, you know? And so I'm like, all right, all right. And so I go up there, I talk to my supervisor. I'm like, go talk to him. He does. I tried telling him, he doesn't want this shit. And so my supervisor comes over there. It's like, what's his name? What's his name? Ken. So I'm like, oh, Ken, how you doing, Ken? My name's Jimmy. My name is this, just this. And then boom. And then so what happened was that he was trying to sell the car, and then he was like, oh, who is this car for? Is this car for her or you? He was like, this car for me. This car for me. And he's like, oh, how you guys know each other? He's like, that don't matter. That don't matter. This car for me. And he was like, oh, okay. Well, what are you thinking? And he was like, I don't like that number. That number's too much for him. He was like, well, give me a number that you were thinking. What do you think about your trade? What's the number that you were looking for your car? What do you want for your car? He was like, what? And he was like, what do you need? And he was like, what do you want? He's like, oh, that's a whole different question. So then after all this shit, he they talk about how much he wanted the car for. Mind you, I'm gonna tell you this. This car is the top trim. It's a 22 with less than 13,000 miles. Clean Carfax. Clean Carfax. He wanted it for $20,000. $20,000. Can you fucking believe this? I'm dealing with cheapskates. I'm a car that would, I understand. I understand. You know, I understand. But can we be serious? We're selling this car. It's basically brand new. It's basically whoever's gonna say, "Oh, that car's 3 years old." Bro, it has 13,000 miles. Can we please be serious? That's pretty fucking new. I'm pretty sure if you could take a car with 13,000 miles, that's a top trim for with clean Carfax, right? You I could understand you saying maybe like 27 or maybe even 26. Because it's for 29, but you're gonna go for fucking 20. Like, I understand a little low ball, but Jesus Louises, you know what I'm saying? I don't got kids yet, but yeah, I gotta live too. I gotta, you know what I mean? So it's like, are we serious? And so he's like, oh, come on, like, I can't. You gotta work with me here. And he's like, I want that car for 20,000. And it's like, hey, let's split the difference. He's like, nope. And then he was like, how do y'all know each other? How did y'all meet? And he's like, that don't matter right now. That doesn't matter right now. These guys met at his friends. So his friend married or some bullshit, and they've been knowing each other for like 30 years, bro. 30, I think it was 34 years. Their synergy was so good. They're practically married. The synergy was so good. They should be practically married. And it's just they're just stopping each other. That's basically it. That's how synergetic these guys were, because it was like, oh, problem, oh, this, and then they were good to each other, but fuck me, right? Fuck me. So, and that's what happened. And so he was like, oh, I don't think we could do anything, guys. You gotta work with me here. Like $20,000. $20,000. Nope. When we said, we're done here, and then we left. He was like, no, I wish we could have got a deal, but I can't do that. And then he was making a joke. He's like, hey, you want to just park it in at nighttime in the front and fully unlocked with the keys open, with the keys inside? And he was like, what do you mean? And he was like, oh, because that's basically what you're doing. You're basically stealing this car. You're basically stealing this fucking car, because you're giving me this bullshit. Can we please be serious, guys? Can we please be serious? I understand. I've from what I've been hearing, salesmen have a bad rap, bro. I really try to be honest and just do what I gotta do, right? I just do my job. I just talk about what we do, what we have, talk about the car, you know, and that's all I do. I don't talk about the numbers. I don't talk about the numbers. I'm decent at negotiating, but bro, don't be. But like, come on, you can't be this fucking. Like, you gotta be fucking, like, you know what I mean? And so, and because that's basically what it is. If you're gonna offer for a $29,000 car, 20,000, and let me tell you guys this: cash doesn't mean shit for a car deal. Like, for real, it really, like, sometimes yes, but a lot of the time it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It's better to finance for you want the best deal. You want the best deal. But and that's what happened. And he basically said, if you we'd have to park the car at nighttime here unlocked with the keys inside, because you're basically stealing this car. And then we started parting ways. And then, once, and then, bro, and like, even my supervisor was like, bro, they're basically dating. How the fuck is that? And he was even making jokes like, oh, y'all just here as a couple, as a date. This is a date for y'all, huh? And then, cause bro, like, how the fuck are you guys gonna know each other for 34 fucking years, meet each other at somebody's marriage with this good of synergy, and not say that y'all niggas do something like, you know what I'm saying? Cause it was just that good of synergy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, there are those times, but if y'all seen it, how, in my eyes, you know what I'm saying? And I was done. Like, I wanted to just go home. I wanted to go home. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck. And after that, I just tried emailing, calling people, trying to make appointments and all that, and I didn't get shit. And even before they came, I got a lead for a car, right? And I was like, oh, bet I could try to make something happen here, right? And I did make something happen. So let me tell you about that. So there's this person, right, that wanted to buy a car, or look, or have this car that we have. And I called them. I was like, hey, is this so and so? Like, yes, this is his. Who is this? Oh, this is blank from blank. How are you doing? Well, I'm doing good. Oh, I see you're looking into blank. Is there any questions or anything I can help you with? Or would you like to drive this car today? Because we're open till 5. Oh, yeah, I'm free. Yeah, let's do it. And so I was like, oh, how does 12:30 or 1 sound? And I'm like, oh, 12:30 works. And so I make this appointment. And they soon call. They soon later call me, and they tell me that they bought a car. They bought a car in December. Mind you, it's March. And they bought a car 4 months ago, almost 4 months ago, right? And so it's like, bro, how the fuck are you gonna put that you want this car, but you just got a fucking car? Are you serious right now? And then it's like, and then I told her, I was like, oh, we just have to see how much we could give you for your car and how much, you owe for the loan. And, if you want, you could just drive it. We just give you some numbers and we could part as friends. And that's what I said. And then she was like, oh, I actually just got numbers from a different dealership, and it doesn't, even with the slim chance of it working out, I don't think so. So it's like, bro, these are the people I'm dealing with, bro. These are people that I deal with on the daily basis. You know what I mean? And I really do try to be positive, because y'all even heard me when I got the lead. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to make this work, and I did. I got an appointment. I made the appointment, and then this broad talking about she bought a fucking car. If you bought a car, why are you wanting another car in 4 months? Like, like, please, please, like, if I bought a car, yes, I'm gonna want another fucking car, but can we please be realistic with ourselves? And and she and I told her that, and I texted her like, oh, with the whole part as friends thing. And then she read it. She read it for a while, and she didn't answer until like 3:30. She answered at 3:30 saying, "Oh, here, let me find it. I'm gonna read it to y'all. I'm gonna try to find it, and I'm gonna read it to y'all. I'm gonna read it to y'all right now. Let me see if I could find it for y'all, cause this is absolutely disgusting to me. Cause I just can't, I can't with some people like that, bro. It's like, get the fuck on, bro, please. So here, let's see. So I said we would have to see how much we can give you for your vehicle and pay off if anything. You can drive the Murano and part as friends. And then she liked the thing, and so my supervisor sent a thumbs up, and she texted me. Right, she was like, "What time are you there again till?" And then I said, "Today we are here till 5." And then, bro, she tried calling it. She tried calling on Sunday. We're not even fucking open on Sunday. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, can we please be serious? Please, like, just please, can we please be fucking serious? Like, I just can't with some people. Like, some people are cool. I meet a lot of nice people, but some people are just fucking like, I just can't with some people. Like, I really just can't. Like, I just can't. And that was my day. That was my day. And after that, I wanted to go to the gym, but the gym closed. The gym closed. I don't even remember. I don't even know at what time or when, but I think it was just closed in general. And so after that, I went home, and I wanted to go home early because I was like, fuck this shit. I didn't even care. I didn't even care because this, like, I'm dealing with this frustration, all this pent up frustration. I don't care. Like, I was even like, I'd be thinking of sometimes just quitting because it's like just all this bullshit. And I'm gonna tell you guys, in like dealerships, it's the stuff about, sales, about people doing like drugs and all that. That's true. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna say, that that's false. That's true. People get high. They hire anybody. They really do hire anybody. They really do. Like, I'm sure that if you ever go to a dealership, one or two salesmen are either high or have drank or do something. They do something. And everybody has their own, thing. Everybody has their own thing. You know, it could either be just going to the gym or reading or, getting high. Everybody has their own thing. And I'm not here to, judge anybody, but I'm just here telling you the truth. I'm just here telling the facts. And And there's a lot of power. There's a lot of envy. There's a lot of power when it comes to the dealership. Like there's like one of the guy that just started like 2 months ago just quit. He just quit. Reason being is that one of my managers, some of my managers just don't like him. The good managers like him. The bad managers hate him. And they wanted to change his schedule around just so then he wouldn't be working with the with the different supervisors that hated him. And those supervisors I work with, I hate those supervisors, and I honestly don't know how they feel about me. I could give a rat's ass how they feel about me, because at this point it's like I gotta work for myself. I gotta work for myself in this area, because if I don't, I'm just gonna die. That's how it's gonna be, because it's like it's that's how it is right now. Like it's either sink or swim, because I don't want to deal with these managers that are shit, and that's where it's at right now. Like he left and he had wrote an email before leaving to HR and everybody. He CC'd everybody. He was like, I appreciate your guys' opportunity. And he was hired on the idea that he was gonna be a manager. And they put him in sales. They put him in sales, and he had talked to them, and they said after a month they're gonna put him as a manager. They didn't put him as a manager. So this whole time he was just doing that. He was, and I told him like, "Are you gonna be here on Monday, or is this your last day?" He's like, "This might just be my last day, or Monday. I might just fucking try to get this last sale and be done." And I was like, I understand. And he was cool. Like this guy was really cool. Like I didn't have any problem with him or anything. And that was my day. That really was my day. And once I came home, my stomach was just hurting. My stomach was just hurting, and I felt disappointed. I felt a lot of frustration, because I wanted to sell a car. I and I didn't. One thing that does make me feel better, if I'm being honest, is that one of my coworkers that's a really good salesman is also like not selling cars. Which, as fucked up as it sounds, that makes me feel better, just knowing that somebody else is there with me than just me. You know what I mean? And because that shit's ass. That shit's ass. And yeah, after I went home, after I came home, I just wanted to go to bed a little bit because my head was hurting and my stomach was hurting. So I just went to sleep, and I woke up, and I just read. I looked at TikTok and Instagram reels, just a bunch of bullshit. And I honestly don't know how long I'm gonna be there for anymore. Like, cause it's like, bro, it's just so much shit, so much shit that happens, and it's just all this, it's just a bunch of stupid shit. It's just a bunch of stupid shit. Like, I just can't with that shit, man. And that was my day. That was my day. And even and then let's go to today. Let's talk about today, because we were gonna talk about today. Today I woke up. I took a shower. I ate a brisket with rice, beans. That shit was pretty good. And I just watched a video about a veterano from uh LA, and they're just talking about like cultures, about like his growing up, about his just his life. And it was nice. It was, I felt it was like a 40 something minute video, and it was a good 40 something minute video. I appreciated the time that I watched on it. And then after that, I finished eating at that point, and then I gave some food to my dog, because my dog is a fat ass. So she always just looks for me for food whenever I'm eating. She wants my fucking food whenever she has her food, and I always tell her she has her own food, and I call her fat ass. And so after that, I had got ready. I went to Walmart. I bought some stuff for my hair, and because I wanted to start like, I was never really good at hairstyles like for my hair. I would never figure out what to do with my hair, and so I bought some more stuff for my hair. And then I went to Target to look for more stuff for my hair, and I tried approaching this person, and it didn't really go well. But I don't really care, to be honest. I'm just happy I tried, because that was fine by me, bruh. Not really, for like, honestly, like, because I do know that I need to stop being shy and timid, and that that was an opportunity for me to not be shy or timid. So I was like, fuck it, and I bought my stuff. I came home. I tried doing stuff with my hair, and it actually went well. And then after that, I went to Barnes and Noble, and I bought two books. I tried finding some pants because I wanted to buy like one or two pants. I did find pants that I liked, but they weren't my size. So I was like, that was tough. And I'd say I struggle sometimes finding some pants. I like chinos. Chinos are where it's at. I'm not gonna lie. Chinos, guys, if you ever want some like nice ass pants, buy some chinos, like legitimately. And so those like the best pants I've ever had. Like really chinos, like those are fucking good. Like office chinos pants or some bullshit like that. It was really good. And just that was basically my day. Just doing that, and it was raining. Oh, I also before before going to Walmart or Target, I also visited my friend. I visited my friend. I just talked to him. Just just visiting him. Just talking. Just talking. Talk. Talking about our problems or life. How life just keeps life, and how how I need to live more in the moment. How I noticed that. I always felt like how I said as well, just feeling like I always like I'm detached a little bit, and I want to be attached. I want to be fully immersed. I want to be fully immersed. Even now, I'm trying to be fully immersed. I'm just trying to keep it going, and just about our friends, and it felt good. I gave them some candy. I left them some candy, and I prayed. We prayed, and that was my day. And then I talked to my mom. She went with her friend to go get some pho with my sister. I don't really like soup. Never tried pho. I should maybe try it. Maybe should try to open myself a little more with that. So I'm probably gonna do that. But that was my day, guys. And I want you guys to tell me about your day. I really do, because I feel like with this, I really want to try to make myself record this like every day if I can, just talking about my day, and you guys could tell me about your day, and I'll try to read the comments, whatever comments I get, because I always wanted to be better at talking to people. I always wanted to stop being so timid, and I told that to my friend too. I told him I wish I wasn't so timid or shy, and that whenever we were hanging out, I always tried pushing each other to stop being so timid, because he was like me. He was very timid and shy with girls and stuff. And it was always fun just trying with him. And yeah, that was my day, guys. So that's enough about me, and I want you guys to tell me about your guys' day. And and I will pray for you guys, and hope God watches all over us, mind, body, and soul, and keep us healthy. That's my day. Now tell me about yours.